Hi, we're Gaz and Bex, the Meandering Manships. Welcome to our channel and thank you for subscribing. In January 2023, we quit corporate life and started to blend our passion for travel with earning a few quid working on campsites in between our adventures. On this channel, we share some of those experiences as we explore the UK and further afield in our motorhome and share our first impressions of sites, pitch-ups, pub stopovers and places of interest we visit. In episode 6 of this France, Spain and Portugal in a motorhome series, we shared our time in Ronda and Seville and the difficult decision to change plans and the joy of exploring completely new places together. In this episode, we head 124 kilometres further inland along the A49 to the border town of Ayamonte, passing through San Juan del Puerto, Cartaya and Lep before arriving at our next site pitch-up in an airs on the Marina in Ayamonte, and then onwards to cross the border into Portugal to a quaint little coastal village called Manta Rota. We feel very blessed to have this opportunity of travelling in our motorhome for up to 3 months, and it's really important to us to keep her clean, tidy, welcoming and safe. So before we left Umbretta, we gave her a mini spring clean, so she's lovely and fresh before we hit the road again. While it may be easy to pass through Cartaya without a second glance, the Cartaya area has over 12,000 hectares of forest, mainly juniper, pine and some newly planted eucalyptus, as well as some evergreen and cork oaks. Along with the marshes of the River Piedra and an area known as the Arrow of Nueva Umbria, this makes up the most significant area of semi-virgin land on the whole of the Andalusian coast. Ayamonte is a border town in the province of Huelva, Andalusia. It is situated on the mouth of the Guadiana River that separates Spain and Portugal. The border between Spain and Portugal is reported to be one of the oldest in the world, with the current demarcation almost exactly the same as that identified in 1297 in the Treaty of Alcanis. The border is 1,214 kilometres long and is the longest uninterrupted border in Europe, and has been free from border controls since the 26th of March 1995, when the Schengen Agreement became effective. The Guadiana International Bridge connects Spain and Portugal and is the route many tourists take when they continue their journey from Andalusia into the Algarve, Portugal's Faro district. Ayamonte has a hot Mediterranean-style climate with humid winters and hot, dry summers. Once we'd pitched up and paid our €13 for the night, we took a stroll into the Marina area of the town, with its bustling squares, beautiful architecture, modern shops and many bars and restaurants, and spent several hours eating tapas dishes of roasted peppers, seafood salad, meatball and potato and garlic salad. We took photos, explored the streets and spoke with locals and tourists to share experiences and adventures. We had a beautiful afternoon. The temperature gauge on site read 30 degrees Celsius. We're not sure how accurate these things are, but it was a hot afternoon. The site itself was well maintained and really easy to use. On arrival at the barriers, a camera records your registration number and lets you enter. You park up in a pitch of your choice and then return to the entrance where there's a payment machine. It's €13 a night inclusive of grey, black and fresh water facilities, flat tarmac surface and a picnic area. For a few euros more you can also have electric hookup if you want it. There's a small supermarket just a stone's throw from the site, so we called in for some bread which we'd forgotten to pick up at Lidl, then took Bonnie for a paddle on the beach adjacent to the site. The beach looked small and inviting until we got closer and suddenly realised the entire stretch was scattered with sharp debris of smashed glass, bottles, tiles, etc. And after making a quick exit with Bonnie, we did a little litter picking. It didn't make much difference, but we did try. We returned to the van and had a light tea, and then watched the sunset over Portugal together through the fencing. Here's a supermercado that's about 500 metres away from the air, and the sign outside says that it's open from 9 AM until 9:30 PM. Yeah, straight along that road, turn right and then turn left and you're on the air. Good morning and welcome to Autocaravannas Ayemonte on the border town of Ayamonte in Spain. The background there is Portugal. Just here is a picnic area for you, and just there's a small beach which is accessed from the main road. So it's a good sized air, cost us €13 for the night. That includes fresh water, grey waste and black waste. It also says that it includes toilet facilities and that it would send us a code to access those. We've not received an email. And I can't actually see where the toilets would be, so maybe that's something that they're planning for the future. Beautiful location. In about half an hour's time we will be driving across the suspension bridge, which is just there, over into Portugal. But yesterday we spent the afternoon wandering through the streets and the squares of Ayamonte. Just beautiful in the sunshine, just really nice, listening to the hustle and bustle of the town. We had some tapas together, which was some roasted peppers, some meatballs, a seafood salad and a potato and garlic salad. Absolutely delicious. That and a couple of glasses of wine and some sparkling water came to €21, so really can't sniff at that. Really nice treat for us. Anyway, that's really all there is to say about here. Just really nice, accessible. Great pitch up for the night before we head into Portugal. Gaudiona International Bridge is a cable-stayed bridge with a deck of pre-stressed concrete that was completed in 1991. The bridge is 666 metres long and sits at 20 metres above the river. It connects Spain and Portugal with Ayamonte to the east and Castro Marim to the west, and was designed by Portuguese structural engineer Professor José Luís Cancia Martins. There is no pedestrian path and is only open for vehicles. Good morning from Manta Rota in the Algarve in Portugal. There is the campsite. There is the beach. Access to the beach is really easy. They have these boardwalks, well maintained, and I'm going to show you that literally every few hundred yards there's one there, again, another one just there in front of us. There's a restaurant there, it's closed at the moment. There's another restaurant there which is open. And then into the village itself, Gary went for a wander yesterday, and there are several shops, bars and restaurants there too. It's Friday the 25th of January and we are now officially halfway through our tour of France, Spain and Portugal in a motorhome. Gaz has just gone to the motorhome service point, which is down there. So I'm just staying at the pitch until he gets back. So we're in a place called Manta Rota in the Algarve in Portugal. We arrived here 2 days ago, and this is the Autocaravannas area. It costs €10 a night, and with that you get your grey waste, your clean water, your black waste, as well as access directly onto the beach, which is there. For an extra €5 a night you can also have electric hookup. We don't really need it, but we decided that we'd have it anyway, just to make sure everything's nice and charged up before we move on again on Sunday. So this site when we arrived was full. A few cleared out this morning, obviously moving on for the weekend. We found some lovely restaurants so far, one called Rio, which is, see if I can show you, which is there, literally by the entrance there. And if you go along there and then turn left and walk up, there's somewhere called Mars that we went to yesterday, and we'll be going back there again today. Look really nice. The owners of both are nice and friendly. The seafood in Rio here is just beautiful. Yesterday we had octopus salad. The day before we had tuna salad. First time either of us have had octopus, and would we eat it again? Yeah, tasted like the sea. Can't complain. And for a couple of glasses of wine, a couple of beers, and then an octopus salad and some fries that we shared, it cost us about €25. And the same the previous day when we had the tuna salad. On this site there's also a bread van that comes round each morning. I think they might be competing with one another though, because there's one just arrived. He's the one we've seen on the other days, but another one was here half an hour ago. So, reminded me of The Good Life when Tom Good's out trying to sell his cabbages and his cauliflowers, and the regular guy comes and starts throwing them at him. Showing my age now. Anyway, so a little bit about the area. So it is lovely here. We were chatting to some expats yesterday called Jan and Dave. Really nice people. They moved here about 5 years ago. And the Mars restaurant that we went to, they'll drive there regularly for food. They enjoy it that much. There's a couple of supermarkets, not massive, they're not like Mercadona or Lidl or Aldi, just local supermarkets, but the food is nice and fresh. And the butchers, we had some fantastic pork chops last night. The Gaz did out on the grill. There's a chapel. The big seller for us here is the beach. It's long and sandy, lots of shells, and there's a bit of a sandbank, so it's really safe to play in the dip before the sandbank. And there are these walkways like this one. There are these every few hundred yards, and then just this side, just past this bin here, there's actually a boardwalk that goes the entire length. So if we go onto the beach and turn left for about 2.5 kilometres, that takes us to a place called, I can't remember now, Manta Rota. And so we're probably going to do that in a bit. And if you go that way and turn right, then it's in the direction of Albufeira. It doesn't take you to Albufeira, but it does take you towards a nature reserve. So probably have a walk along there, but not take Bonnie with us. Quite a few cats in the area. Helps keep vermin down, I suppose. We've not had any problem with them. Hear them fighting at 3 in the morning if we haven't got our earplugs in. The site is well lit. And everybody seems really friendly. We've had nobody being rude or trying to be rude. They can try. I think we're the only Brits on here, but it changes daily. And some of the vans on here are just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. But there doesn't seem to be any snobbery. I think people travelling what they want to travel in, and everybody respects that. Just over here, I'll show you without getting in anybody's personal space. So just over here, there are lots of picnic benches scattered around, which is nice. And last night I was down on the beach watching the moon come up, and I'll put some pictures on. It was stunning. And I phoned home to my parents, had a good chat. My dad's been having some treatment, so I just wanted to keep in touch, see how he is. And there's a bat flying over my head, which is something I always find quite lovely. So I just hung out on the beach for half an hour on my own, bit of quiet time. It's really nice. So Gazzy's on his way back now, so I'll end this piece. So the site that we're staying on at Manta Rota doesn't have a laundry, but this is about a 5-minute walk, would you say? Yeah, about a 5-minute walk away. 14 kilogram drum washing machines, €9, 7.5 kilo washing machines, €4.5, and then tumble dryers, there's only one working. €4.5, and it takes 7 kilos. I think, as we've seen with most people in this area, and on this tour actually, it is dry outside. So that's your payment point. You put your euros in there, you select which machine you're using, it takes notes and coins. There's also a woman that comes around in a van every morning, who's not the bread van, somebody else, and she collects laundry and she charges for cleaning by the kilo, and you get it back within 48 hours. So talking to someone this morning who is on the RV park for 3 months, that's almost 3 months, that's their winter. And this is where they come to do some of their laundry. The rest, they've got one of those little onboard twin tubs that they use. We don't have the storage space for something like that. Information. There are several gated communities here that have security at the entrance. And there's still more construction work going on in the background. Something else that's quite neat a lot of the bins out here. You don't actually have to touch, you just use the foot pedal. Really like that. Thanks for your patience while we've tried to catch up with our social media. It's been quite challenging and the reception hasn't worked in the way that we planned it, so we're really grateful for your patience. We're all caught up now and we hope that you've enjoyed everything that we've posted so far. Tomorrow we head on again and we're not quite sure where yet, so keep checking back with us and see where we head to next. Thanks for all your support, thanks for following and subscribing, we love you all. Thanks guys, bye.